I know that today may have left you feeling weighed down, perhaps with doubts, struggles, or emotional burdens that seem too heavy to carry. You may feel overwhelmed by the challenges of life or uncertain about the future. But tonight, I want you to remember that you do not have to carry these burdens alone. God is here, right beside you, offering His peace, His comfort, and His loving presence. Whatever it is that has troubled your heart, He is ready to take it from you, replacing it with His perfect peace. As you prepare to rest, I invite you to take a deep breath and let go of all that has been weighing on you. You do not need to figure it all out tonight. You do not need to carry the emotional load of tomorrow, for God is already working on your behalf. He sees you, He knows your heart, and He is here to fill you with the peace that only He can provide. Tonight, trust that His presence will calm your spirit, and His love will restore your soul. Before we continue, I invite you to subscribe to this channel so you can receive more prayers like this one, filled with comfort and encouragement. Leave your name in the comments and share your prayer requests. We are here to stand with you in prayer, trusting that God is working in your life, even in the moments of rest. As you continue to breathe deeply and prepare to rest, I encourage you to fully surrender all the weight you've been carrying. You may feel as though the worries of the day are heavy on your heart, but know that God is inviting you to release them. You don't need to carry the burdens of tomorrow, the struggles of today, or the fears of the future. Let them all go, for God has promised to be your refuge and strength, a very present help in times of trouble. Tonight, let His presence calm your heart and soothe your mind. Feel God's peace filling every part of you. With each breath, let go of the tensions that have built up throughout the day. Let His peace wash over you, soothing every thought, every worry, every concern that has troubled your spirit. The challenges you face may seem overwhelming, but tonight, you can rest in the assurance that God is with you. He is carrying you through every trial, and He is offering you a peace that goes beyond understanding. God is with you in every moment, walking beside you through every challenge and every joy. You do not need to fear, for He is guiding you with wisdom and love. Whatever decisions you need to make, whatever uncertainty lies ahead, trust that God has already gone before you. He is leading you, making the path clear, and offering you His guidance along the way. Sleep knowing that God is working in every area of your life, preparing the way and bringing you the comfort and rest you need. Let the stillness of this moment be a reminder that God is present with you right now. He is with you in the quiet and the chaos, in the calm and the storm. His love never fails, and His peace is always available to you. Let this peace fill you as you rest tonight, allowing you to release all the emotional weight that has kept you from sleeping deeply. God's love is enough to carry you through every moment, every day, and every challenge. Tonight, we trust in God's promises. His word assures us that He will provide everything we need and that we are never alone. Whatever we face, He is there, offering His strength, His comfort, and His peace. You are secure in His love, and tonight as you sleep, His presence will continue to bring you peace, comfort, and rest. Psalm 46, 1-2 reminds us, God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea. These words are a reminder that no matter what we face, no matter how heavy the burden or uncertain the future, God is our refuge. He is the strength we need, and He will help us in every trouble. Tonight, as you lie in rest, know that God is your refuge. He is with you, and His peace will protect you as you sleep. Release your fear and anxiety. Whatever has been troubling you, whatever uncertainties lie ahead, surrender them to God now. Trust that He is taking care of everything, and that His love is greater than anything you may face. He will not leave you, and He will never forsake you. Rest in His presence, knowing that He is with you every step of the way. The things that seem too heavy for you to carry are already in God's hands, and He is working in ways you cannot yet see. Let go of the pressures of tomorrow. The tasks, the decisions, the unknowns, they are not yours to carry tonight. God is already ahead of you, preparing the way. Trust that His wisdom will guide you when the time comes. Tonight, release everything that has been weighing you down. Let God's peace fill every part of you, bringing the rest and comfort you need. You don't need to have all the answers, for God is in control. As you rest tonight, trust that God is restoring you, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Every moment you spend in His presence is a moment of renewal. Just as the rain refreshes the earth, let God's peace refresh your soul. He is healing every part of you that feels weary, and He is filling you with strength, hope, and peace. Let this time of rest be a moment of restoration, where God renews your mind, heals your heart, and prepares you for the day ahead. Remember that you are not alone. No matter what you face, God is with you. You are never alone in your struggles, and you are never alone in your joys. God walks beside you every step of the way, offering His love, His peace, and His guidance. Trust that He is leading you toward the future He has prepared for you. As you sleep tonight, rest in the knowledge that God is in control and that He is working all things together for your good. As you drift off to sleep, let your heart be filled with trust in God's faithfulness. He has always been with you, and He will continue to guide you. His promises are true and His love is unshakable. You can rest fully, knowing that God is taking care of everything, your future, your worries, your fears. Let His peace fill you completely, bringing you the deep rest you need tonight. Feel God's presence surrounding you as you sleep, knowing that He is holding you close and guarding you throughout the night. He is the one who gives you rest, who renews your spirit, and who fills your heart with His peace. Tonight, trust that He is guiding you with love and wisdom. Let go of the worries, the doubts, and the fears, and rest in His presence. Tomorrow, when you wake, you will be renewed and refreshed, knowing that God is working in every area of your life. As you lie here tonight, feel the deep assurance that God is not only with you, but that He is actively working in every area of your life. You may not see the answers yet, and the way forward may not seem clear, but tonight, rest in the promise that God is in control. There is no need to worry about tomorrow, no need to carry the weight of what lies ahead. The future is in God's hands, and His love and wisdom will guide you every step of the way. Sometimes the hardest thing is letting go of the need to know every detail, every step of the journey. We want to control things, to have certainty, to make sure everything is lined up perfectly. But God invites us to trust Him with our future. He is not asking you to have it all figured out. He is asking you to trust Him. He is the one who holds your life in His hands, and He knows the plans He has for you. Plans that are good, plans that bring peace, plans that will lead you into a future filled with His blessings. Psalm 37:5 reminds us to commit your way to the Lord. Trust in Him and He will do this. Tonight, as you rest, commit everything to God. Trust that He is working in your life, even when you cannot see it. Let go of the need to control, the need to figure everything out, and rest in the knowledge that God is guiding you with His wisdom, providing for you in every way and walking with you through every challenge. His plans for you are filled with hope and peace, and He is leading you toward that future. God's guidance is steady and sure. Just as the rain falls and replenishes the earth, God's wisdom is falling upon you now, replenishing your soul, renewing your mind, and bringing you the clarity you need. You don't have to be afraid of the future, because God is already ahead of you, making a way. Trust that He will provide for every need, and that He will give you the strength and wisdom to navigate every decision. His peace is the anchor that will keep you steady, and His love is the force that will carry you through every storm. As you rest, allow yourself to be fully present in this moment. You don't need to carry the anxieties of tomorrow. You only need to trust that God is taking care of everything. Release the pressure of trying to solve everything at once. Tonight is a time for peace. It is a time for God to speak to your heart and remind you that you are safe in His hands, and that everything will unfold according to His perfect plan. You don't need to figure it all out tonight. Just rest, knowing that God is at work, both now and in the days ahead. As you settle into the stillness, let go of the heaviness of anxiety. Let go of every fear, every worry, and every thought about what the future holds. Allow the peace of God to fill the spaces that have been occupied by uncertainty and doubt. Rest in the assurance that God is already working behind the scenes, orchestrating everything for your good. You don't need to know how everything will happen. You just need to trust that God is in control and that He is leading you toward a future filled with His promises. God's timing is always perfect, even when it feels like things are moving slowly or that you don't have all the answers. Trust that God's timing is at work in your life. He knows exactly when and how to bring things together. His plan is unfolding in ways you cannot yet see, but it is always moving forward in His perfect timing. As you sleep tonight, trust that God is working in ways you cannot understand, preparing the way for what lies ahead. His wisdom will guide you at every turn, and His love will protect you through every season. Tonight, take comfort in the fact that you do not need to have all the answers. God is not asking you to solve everything on your own. He is simply asking you to trust Him. Let go of the pressure to control and allow God's peace to replace your anxiety. Trust that He will show you the way forward when the time is right. Just as the rain falls without knowing exactly where it will land, trust that God will guide your steps, even if the path ahead seems unclear. He will lead you, provide for you, and protect you, and you can rest in the confidence that He will never leave you. The beauty of God's peace is that it doesn't require you to understand everything. You don't have to have it all figured out tonight. You just need to rest in His presence, trust in His plan, and believe that He is leading you toward good things. Psalm 23:3 reminds us that He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right paths for His name's sake. Trust in the promise that God is guiding you along the right paths, and that His wisdom and love will lead you to the places He has prepared for you. As you sleep, trust that God is renewing you emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Every area of your life is under His care. Every worry, every anxiety, and every fear is being taken from you, and in its place, God is filling you with His peace, His comfort, and His love. Sleep knowing that God is working in you, providing the rest you need and guiding you toward the future He has planned for you. As you rest tonight, I invite you to surrender every ounce of insecurity and uncertainty that has weighed heavily on your heart. You may have been feeling unsure about the future, or perhaps struggling with feelings of inadequacy or fear about what's to come. But tonight, God is inviting you to rest in His promises, to allow His peace to fill the spaces of doubt and anxiety that have kept you restless. The insecurities that have plagued you, the fears that have kept you awake, let them go. God is here to replace those feelings with His peace and His trust, so that you can rest fully in His love and in the certainty that He is in control. Psalm 46:1 assures us, God is our refuge and strength and ever-present help in trouble. Tonight, rest in the confidence that God is your refuge, your safe place in times of uncertainty. When the world feels unstable, when your heart is filled with worry, God is your constant. His strength is available to you, and He is present with you in every moment of doubt. You can sleep soundly, knowing that the Creator of the universe is holding you in His care, and that His peace will calm your heart. In moments of insecurity, it's easy to feel like we are alone, or that we are not enough to face the challenges before us. But God is here to remind you that you are more than enough in Him. He has equipped you for every task, every challenge, and every obstacle. Your worth is not defined by your circumstances, but by His love for you. You are His child, and He delights in you. You can rest tonight knowing that He is with you, filling you with His peace and His confidence. You do not need to fear, for God is always with you. As you settle into this time of rest, allow God's peace to settle into your heart. Feel His presence washing over you, cleansing every area of your life that has been filled with uncertainty. Just as rain falls gently, bringing life and nourishment to the earth, let God's peace fall upon you, bringing comfort and renewal to every part of you. You no longer need to carry the weight of fear, insecurity, or uncertainty. God is taking it from you, and He is replacing it with His perfect peace, which surpasses all understanding. God promises in Isaiah 41:10, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. This is a promise you can hold on to tonight. God is with you in your insecurity, in your doubt, and in your uncertainty. He will strengthen you, He will help you, and He will uphold you. When you feel unsure, He is your steady foundation and His promises will carry you through. Tonight, rest knowing that God is filling your heart with His trust. He is replacing every ounce of insecurity with His confidence, the confidence that comes from knowing He is in control. You do not have to have everything figured out. You do not have to know the future or understand how everything will unfold. Trust that God has a perfect plan for your life, and that He is working everything together for your good. His promises are steadfast, and His love for you is unshakable. Allow yourself to rest fully tonight, knowing that God is filling you with His peace. His peace is not like the world's peace. It is a peace that calms every storm, quiets every fear, and settles every anxious thought. When the world around you is chaotic, God's peace is the stillness that brings rest. Tonight you can rest, knowing that His peace is surrounding you and that He is working in every area of your life. He is making a way where there seems to be no way, and He is leading you through every challenge with His wisdom and grace. When insecurity and doubt arise, remember that God has equipped you with everything you need to face the challenges ahead. You are not alone in this journey. God is with you, and He is the one who strengthens you, guides you, and provides for you. Trust in His promises tonight. Let go of the insecurity that has been keeping you restless, and rest in the knowledge that God is taking care of everything. He has already provided for you, and He will continue to provide for you every step of the way. Tonight, as you lay down to sleep, rest in the assurance that God is with you. He is holding you close, filling you with His peace, and leading you toward a future filled with hope. You can trust Him completely, knowing that He will never leave you or forsake you. His love is enough to quiet every fear and to give you the confidence you need to face the future. Rest in His care, and let His peace bring you the deep, restorative sleep that you need. God is the source of true security. When the world feels uncertain, when you feel overwhelmed by doubt, God is the one who remains unshaken. His presence is your assurance, and His promises are your foundation. Tonight, let His peace calm every storm in your heart. Trust that He is working everything out for your good, and that you are secure in His love. Sleep tonight knowing that you are not alone, and that God is walking with you every step of the way. As you settle into this time of rest, I encourage you to release every ounce of pressure you've been carrying, the pressure to perform, to succeed, or to meet the expectations that have been placed upon you. It can feel as though our value is determined by our achievements, by how well we measure up to the standards of the world. But tonight, God is reminding you that your worth is not based on what you do, but on who you are in His eyes. You are His beloved child, and that alone is enough. Your worth is not determined by your accomplishments, your performance, or your success. It is defined by the infinite, unconditional love that God has for you. Feel the weight of the world's expectations lift from your shoulders as you rest, in the truth that your value is secure in God's love. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. You don't have to strive to earn love, approval, or acceptance. You are already loved, accepted, and cherished by the Creator of the universe. Tonight, rest in the peace that comes from knowing that you are enough just as you are. You don't need to perform, to succeed, or to meet any external measure of worth. You are valuable because God loves you deeply, and that love is constant and unchanging. God's love for you is not conditional. It is not based on your performance or your achievements. Psalm 139:14 reminds us, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, I know that full well. You were created by God, and you are wonderful in His sight, not because of what you accomplish, but because of who you are. You are His masterpiece, created with purpose and love. Your value is not determined by your success in the world's eyes, but by the love God has for you. Rest in this truth tonight, knowing that you are deeply valued and cherished by the one who made you. Tonight, release the pressure of needing to do more, achieve more, or be more. God's love for you is not contingent on your ability to perform or meet expectations. It is simply given to you freely and abundantly because He loves you. In the quiet of the night, let the peace of God fill your heart as you let go of the need to perform. You do not need to prove anything. You do not need to meet anyone else's expectations. God loves you as you are, and that love is enough. In moments of striving, we often lose sight of the fact that our worth is not defined by what we do, but by God's love for us. His love is the foundation of our identity, not our work or achievements. Whatever pressures you have faced, whatever expectations have been placed upon you, tonight, I invite you to let them go. You don't need to measure up to anyone else's standards. You are enough because God says you are enough. His love does not require you to meet any performance goal or measure of success. You are loved deeply, just as you are. As you rest tonight, allow God to lift the burden of performance from your shoulders. Let go of any guilt or shame you've been carrying for not meeting certain expectations, whether they are your own or others. Know that you are not defined by your achievements, your failures, or your productivity. Your value is secure in God's love, and tonight, let that truth fill your heart with peace. You are enough, and you do not need to prove anything to anyone. Rest in the security of God's love, knowing that He has already accepted you, just as you are. Jesus invites us to come to Him just as we are, without striving, without pretense, and without the weight of the world's expectations. In Matthew 11:28-30, He says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Tonight, let these words bring comfort to your heart. Jesus is offering you rest from the pressure of performance, from the weight of the world's expectations, and from the guilt that comes with striving for success. His love is enough. His grace is sufficient. Allow His peace to settle deep within your soul. Let go of the need to prove yourself, to be perfect, to meet expectations. You are not required to be anything other than the person God created you to be. Tonight, rest in the truth that you are enough. God is not asking you to do more or be more. He is simply asking you to rest in His love, to trust in His provision, and to accept the peace that He offers. When you find yourself consumed by the pressure to succeed or to meet expectations, take a moment to pause and remind yourself that your value is not based on what you accomplish. It is based on God's love for you. You do not need to strive to earn that love. It is freely given. You do not need to perform or achieve to be worthy of it. Rest in the security that you are loved just as you are, and that love will never change, no matter what you do or don't do. Feel the weight of expectations fall off as you lean into God's love. Feel the freedom that comes from knowing that you don't have to prove yourself. You are worthy not because of what you do, but because of who you are in God's eyes. You are His beloved child, and that is all that matters. Let that truth fill your heart with peace tonight, allowing you to rest fully without fear or anxiety. As you lie here tonight, allow yourself to let go of the need for external validation, the desire to measure up to others, and the constant striving to be more or do more. These pressures often cloud our hearts and minds, keeping us from fully resting in the truth that our worth is already secured in God's love. You are not defined by your achievements, the success you've reached, or the mistakes you've made. You are defined by who you are in God's eyes. You are His child, deeply loved, cherished, and treasured, and nothing you do can change that. Tonight, let the weight of performance, success, and achievement be lifted from your shoulders. These burdens are not yours to carry. God's love for you is unconditional and infinite, and His grace covers all. You don't need to earn His love or prove your worth. You are already worthy in His eyes because He created you, and He loves you with a love that is perfect and everlasting. Rest in this beautiful truth, knowing that you are enough as you are, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. We often get caught up in the belief that our value is tied to our accomplishments or how others see us. But God is reminding you tonight that your worth is rooted in Him alone. Your value does not depend on your ability to perform or succeed in the world's eyes. It depends solely on the love He has for you. Feel the release in your spirit as you surrender the need to perform and embrace the reality that God's love is the only thing that defines you. You do not need to earn or strive for it. It is freely given, and it is enough. Let go of the guilt that comes with not meeting the expectations of others, the shame that arises from feeling like you have fallen short. God does not see you through the lens of your mistakes, your flaws, or your performance. He sees you as his beloved child, wonderfully made and perfect in his eyes. There is no need to carry the weight of failure, for God has already forgiven you, and he is not holding your past against you. Tonight, rest in the peace that comes from knowing that you are fully loved, accepted, and valued by God, regardless of what you have or haven't done. God does not measure you by your success or your achievements. He does not compare you to anyone else, nor does he hold you to the standards set by the world. His love is not based on your performance. His love is a gift, and it is unwavering no matter how you perform or what you accomplish. Tonight, let that truth fill you with peace and freedom. You do not need to prove yourself. You do not need to meet anyone's expectations but his. And he simply asks that you receive his love and rest in his grace. Feel the pressure to succeed, to meet goals, and to constantly achieve melt away as you rest in God's grace. You are enough just as you are. Let go of any feelings of inadequacy or failure and know that God is not asking you to perform. He is simply asking you to trust in his love and to rest in his peace. Your worth is not based on what you do or what you accomplish. It is based on God's love for you, which is unconditional, unfailing, and forever. As you rest tonight, feel the peace of God's love washing over you. Let it fill you completely, replacing every thought of worry or insecurity with his perfect peace. Let the stillness of the night remind you that you are enough, just as you are. God is not asking you to do anything more to earn his love, and you do not need to strive to be worthy of it. You already are worthy in his eyes. His love for you is secure, and it is not based on anything other than who he has created you to be. You are his child, and that is more than enough. When the world's standards of success and achievement try to define you, remember that God's love is what truly matters. The world may tell you that you need to constantly strive for more, that you need to perform to be valuable. But God is inviting you to rest in his love and to trust that he has already made you enough. You do not need to prove yourself. God sees you, and he is pleased with you exactly as you are. You are loved, accepted, and cherished in his eyes, and nothing you do or don't do can change that. Rest tonight in the security of knowing that your value is not based on anything other than God's love for you. His love is steadfast, constant, and unchanging, and it is enough to fill you with peace and confidence. You do not need to carry the weight of success, accomplishment, or achievement to know that you are loved. You are valuable simply because God created you and he loves you deeply. As you come into this quiet moment of rest, I invite you to release any resentment or bitterness that has taken root in your heart. There may be wounds from the past, grudges or hurtful experiences that you've been holding on to. And while it's natural to feel pain and anger, God is offering you the strength to forgive, to let go of the weight of unforgiveness, and to allow his healing love to restore your heart. Tonight, God is inviting you to surrender all feelings of resentment, bitterness, and hurt. As you do, you will experience the peace and freedom that come from releasing these burdens. Forgiveness can feel like a difficult thing to offer, especially when we've been deeply hurt or wronged. But tonight, trust that God is giving you the strength to forgive, not just for the benefit of the one who has wronged you, but for your own peace and healing. By forgiving, you are releasing yourself from the hold that anger and hurt have had over you. You are allowing God's love and peace to wash over the pain, and you are choosing to let go of what has kept you trapped in bitterness. Psalm 103:12 tells us, "As far as the east is from the west, so far has he removed our transgressions from us." God has forgiven you, and he has removed your sins as far as the east is from the west. Tonight, he is offering you the same grace. When we forgive, we are not only offering grace to others, but also receiving it for ourselves. God's forgiveness allows us to rest in the knowledge that we are fully loved and accepted by him, not because of our actions, but because of his mercy and grace. Imagine yourself standing before God, the burden of resentment and anger heavy upon you. Now, in his presence, you choose to let go. You choose to forgive, not because the person who hurt you deserves it, but because God has called you to walk in freedom, in peace, and in love. In this moment, surrender your pain and release the hold that unforgiveness has on your heart. Let the weight of bitterness lift off your shoulders and be replaced with the peace that only God can give. Jesus tells us in Matthew 18:21-22, "Then Peter came to Jesus and asked, 'Lord, how many times shall I forgive my brother or sister who sins against me? Up to 7 times?' When Jesus answered, 'I tell you, not 7 times, but 77 times. Tonight, God is offering you the strength to forgive, not just once or twice, but as many times as it takes. Each time the hurt comes to mind, choose to forgive again, and with each act of forgiveness, you will find greater freedom, peace, and healing. God understands the difficulty of forgiveness. He knows that forgiveness does not mean that we forget the wrongs done to us, or that we accept what was done to us as right. But forgiveness is about releasing the hold that resentment and anger have over us, choosing to leave the judgment and justice in God's hands, and allowing ourselves to move forward with healing and peace. God is giving you the strength to forgive, to release the hurt, and to find freedom in his love. As you rest tonight, trust that God is purifying your heart. He is cleansing you of all bitterness, anger, and resentment, replacing them with his peace, his love, and his forgiveness. He is transforming you, and with each act of forgiveness, he is making you more like him. Let his love fill the empty spaces in your heart that were once occupied by pain and resentment. Let his peace settle over you as you release everything that has held you captive. Forgiveness is a gift that God offers to us, and he is asking us to extend that same gift to others. It may feel impossible at times, but with God's strength, you are able to forgive, to release the past, and to move forward in peace. Tonight, surrender all the pain, all the resentment, all the bitterness to God. Allow his love to wash over you and purify your heart. Feel the freedom that comes from choosing to forgive, knowing that in doing so, you are aligning yourself with God's perfect will for your life. The forgiveness that God offers is not just for the one who has wronged us, it is for us. It is a gift that frees us from the chains of resentment, bitterness, and anger, allowing us to experience the fullness of God's love and peace. God does not want you to carry the weight of unforgiveness. He wants to heal you, restore you, and give you peace. Allow yourself to rest in the knowledge that forgiveness is not just for the other person. It is for you. It is a gift that God is offering you tonight, and it will bring you the healing and peace you need to move forward. Ephesians 4:31-32 tells us, "Get rid of all bitterness, rage and anger, brawling and slander, along with every form of malice. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you." As you rest tonight, ask God to help you release all bitterness, anger, and resentment. Ask him to fill you with kindness, compassion, and a forgiving heart. God's love and forgiveness transform us, and as you forgive, you will experience the peace and freedom that come from living in his grace. Tonight, choose forgiveness. Choose peace. Choose freedom. Trust that God is purifying your heart, healing the wounds and releasing you from the chains of anger and resentment. You are not bound by the past. You are free to move forward in his love, in his peace, and in his forgiveness. As you lie here tonight, feel the weight of anger and resentment lifting off you. You do not need to carry the burden of unforgiveness any longer. Each moment of unforgiveness only keeps you tied to the past, but tonight, God is offering you the freedom to release it all. The hurt, the pain, the bitterness. It no longer has to control you. As you surrender it to God, he will replace it with his peace, his love, and his forgiveness. Let your heart be open to his healing touch tonight, as he restores you and sets you free from the chains of resentment. God is inviting you to forgive, not because it is easy, but because it will set you free. When we hold on to resentment, we allow the person who hurt us to have power over us, and we carry the weight of that hurt with us. often for years. But forgiveness is the key that releases us from that power. It does not mean that we condone the wrong that was done to us, but it means that we are choosing to release the control that bitterness has over our hearts. Tonight, God is offering you the strength to forgive and the peace to let go of the anger and resentment that have been weighing you down. As you rest in God's presence, feel the release of all the anger and frustration that have kept you bound. Each breath you take is an opportunity to let go, to surrender those emotions to God, and to trust that He will bring healing and restoration. Know that God sees your pain, and He is not asking you to forgive without first healing your heart. As you choose to forgive, He is healing you. He is removing the toxins of bitterness and replacing them with His peace and His grace. You are being made whole, and as you rest, you can trust that God is doing the work of transformation in your heart. In the moments when you struggle to forgive, remember that God is giving you the strength. Forgiveness is not something you do in your own power. It is something God enables you to do as He pours His love into your heart. He is transforming you from the inside out, healing the wounds that have made it difficult to forgive, and replacing them with His compassion, kindness, and mercy. Know that when you forgive, it is not just for the other person. It is for your own peace and healing. You are giving yourself the gift of freedom. Luke 6:37 says, "Do not judge, and you will not be judged. Do not condemn, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven." As you rest tonight, feel the power of these words. God is calling you to forgive, knowing that when you do, you are releasing yourself from the pain and suffering that comes from holding on to grudges. Forgiveness is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of strength, courage, and trust in God's plan. When you forgive, you are choosing peace over turmoil, healing over hurt, and love over bitterness. Feel the weight of unforgiveness lift from you as you rest. Whatever wounds you've been carrying, whatever bitterness has taken root in your heart, surrender it all to God. He is healing you, restoring you, and filling you with His peace. The healing power of forgiveness is not just about letting go of the pain caused by others. It is also about allowing God to heal the pain within yourself. Let go of the resentment, the anger, and the bitterness, and allow God's love to fill every part of your heart. Forgiveness allows us to release the hold that past hurt has over us. God is asking you to release the pain tonight, to surrender it to Him, and to trust that He will replace it with peace. As you sleep, God is continuing His work of healing in your heart. He is transforming you, making you whole, and filling you with His love and forgiveness. You do not need to carry the weight of the past any longer. Forgive and feel the freedom that comes with it. You may find that forgiveness is not always a one-time decision. Sometimes we need to forgive over and over again, each time the hurt resurfaces. But know that with each act of forgiveness, God is healing you further, removing the bitterness from your heart and making you more like Him. His love enables you to forgive, and His grace empowers you to continue walking in forgiveness. Trust that each step you take in forgiveness is a step toward greater healing, peace, and freedom. As you lie here tonight, know that you are not alone in this journey. God is with you, walking beside you, and He is the one who will continue to strengthen you as you forgive. He is healing the wounds, removing the barriers, and filling your heart with His love and peace. You do not need to fear forgiveness, for it is a gift that will set you free. Let it go. Release the past, and trust that God's healing power will transform your heart. Let God's peace fill every space that was once occupied by anger, resentment, and bitterness. You are free to rest fully tonight, knowing that God is doing the work of restoration in your heart. God's forgiveness for us is unconditional, and as we forgive others, we reflect that same love and grace. Rest tonight, knowing that you are walking in alignment with God's heart, and that as you forgive, you are becoming more like Him. You are allowing His love to transform you, and you are embracing the freedom that comes from releasing the past. As you sleep, let God continue His work of healing and renewal in your heart, bringing peace where there once was pain, and comfort where there once was resentment. As you rest tonight, I want you to feel the deep peace that comes with the decision to forgive. This peace is not something you can find in your own strength. It is a gift from God, and it comes as you release the burden of unforgiveness. Let go of any thoughts of revenge, anger, or judgment. These emotions have no power over you when you allow God to fill you with His peace. Tonight, as you lie down, trust that God is healing every part of you, your heart, your mind, and your soul, by replacing hurt with peace and bitterness with love. The process of forgiveness is one of freedom. It is the act of choosing to let go of the past and trust that God will take care of the pain and hurt. It is not always easy, but it is essential for your well-being. When we choose to forgive, we are aligning ourselves with God's will, and we are allowing His love to heal the wounds that have kept us bound in pain and bitterness. You are choosing peace over anger, healing over hurt, and love over resentment. As you let go of unforgiveness, you are creating space for God's love to flow freely into your heart, transforming you from the inside out. Forgiveness is not about the other person. It is about you and your peace. When we forgive, we release ourselves from the hold that anger, hurt, and resentment have over us. We allow ourselves to walk in the freedom that comes with God's love and grace. So tonight, release everything that has been holding you back. Let go of every emotion that has been weighing you down, and trust that God is restoring you to wholeness. His love is stronger than any pain you've experienced, and His grace is sufficient to heal every wound. Feel the weight of the past lifting off you as you surrender it to God. You don't have to carry it anymore. You are free to move forward, free to rest, and free to embrace the peace that comes from knowing you are forgiven, and that you have forgiven others. God has promised in John 1:9, "If we confess our sins, He is faithful and just and will forgive us our sins and purify us from all unrighteousness." Just as God has forgiven you, He is giving you the strength to forgive those who have hurt you. Let go of the past and let His peace wash over you. God is doing a work of transformation in your heart tonight. As you choose to forgive, He is healing the deep places of your soul. He is removing the toxins of bitterness and resentment and replacing them with His love and grace. As you forgive, you are becoming more like Christ, walking in His footsteps of mercy and compassion. You are reflecting His heart of forgiveness, and as you do, you are allowing His healing power to flow through you, bringing peace and restoration to every area of your life. Let the peace of forgiveness wash over you, soothing every part of your heart that has been hurt or wounded. Feel the presence of God filling the empty spaces left by bitterness and anger, and let His love take root in your heart. As you forgive, you are giving yourself the gift of freedom. You are no longer bound by the pain of the past, and you are free to live in the fullness of God's love and grace. Let this freedom guide you as you sleep tonight, knowing that you are walking in God's will, forgiving others as He has forgiven you. As you rest in God's presence, feel the security that comes with knowing that you are forgiven and free. You are no longer defined by the mistakes of the past or the pain others have caused you. You are defined by God's love for you, and His love is greater than any hurt you've experienced. Rest in the knowledge that you are accepted, loved, and forgiven, and that you are free to move forward in peace. Tonight, let God's forgiveness bring you the rest and healing you need. Allow His peace to fill your heart and soul, knowing that you are loved unconditionally and that you are walking in the freedom that comes from forgiveness. Let the forgiveness you've extended to others also be a reminder of the forgiveness God has extended to you. The pain that once held you captive is being replaced with the joy of knowing that you are free. God's love covers you, His grace sustains you, and His forgiveness has set you free from the chains of resentment and hurt. As you rest, trust that God is continuing His work of healing and transformation in your heart, making you more like Him with every step you take in forgiveness. Feel God's love surrounding you tonight, healing the wounds that have kept you from experiencing peace. Let His love pour into every area of your heart that has been touched by pain and hurt. Allow the forgiveness you've chosen to be the catalyst for your healing. God is working in you, and He is making all things new. The more you forgive, the more you will experience the freedom and peace that come from living in His love. As you settle into the stillness of the night, let the peace of God wrap around you, comforting your soul and renewing your heart. Every moment spent in His presence is an opportunity for healing and restoration. Tonight, as you rest, God is working to remove all traces of bitterness and hurt, replacing them with His love and peace. Allow His healing presence to touch the deepest parts of your heart, the parts that have been scarred by past pain and resentment. Trust that with each breath, God is bringing renewal and transformation to your soul. Forgiveness is not only for the person who has hurt you, it is a gift you give to yourself. When you forgive, you are releasing the hold that the past has over you, and you are choosing to walk in the freedom that God has already provided. God does not want you to carry the burden of unforgiveness any longer. He wants to free you from the chains of resentment and bitterness, so that you can fully embrace His love and the peace that comes with it. Tonight, allow His love to wash over you, cleansing your heart from any remnants of hurt or anger. As you rest, feel the weight of the past lifting from your shoulders. Feel the release as you surrender every feeling of resentment to God. He is the one who can heal your broken heart, and He is the one who can restore you to wholeness. You do not need to carry the emotional weight of unforgiveness. Let God take it from you. Trust that He will heal the wounds, restore the peace, and fill the empty spaces with His love. Psalm 147:3 reminds us, He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Tonight, as you rest, let these words fill you with hope. God is in the business of healing broken hearts. He is restoring every area of your life that has been affected by hurt, betrayal, or resentment. His love is powerful enough to heal the deepest wounds, and His grace is sufficient to bring you peace. As you sleep, trust that God is working on your behalf, bringing healing to your soul and peace to your mind. Forgiveness can sometimes feel impossible, especially when the hurt feels deep, but remember that you are not alone in this journey. God is with you, offering His strength and grace to help you forgive. He is not asking you to forgive in your own strength. He is offering you the power to forgive through His love. Trust that God's love is greater than any pain, and that His forgiveness will enable you to release the past and step into a future filled with His peace and freedom. Let go of the need to control the outcome of situations or to hold on to the past. Forgiveness is about releasing the hurt and trusting God to handle the rest. You don't need to change the past or seek revenge. God is the one who holds all things in His hands, and He is the one who will bring justice and healing. Tonight, as you rest, surrender the desire for control and trust that God is taking care of everything. His love will heal your heart, and His peace will restore your soul. Romans 12:19 tells us, "Do not take revenge, my dear friends, but leave room for God's wrath. For it is written, 'It is mine to avenge, I will repay,' says the Lord." When we forgive, we trust God to handle the justice. We release our desire for revenge and allow God to take care of the situation in His perfect timing. This act of trust allows us to rest in His peace, knowing that He is the ultimate judge, and He will make all things right. You don't need to hold on to the pain or the bitterness any longer. God is offering you peace, and He is asking you to release everything into His hands. Tonight, feel the healing power of forgiveness working in your heart. With each breath, let go of the hurt, the anger, and the resentment. Let God's love replace the space that was once filled with bitterness. As you forgive, you are making room for God's peace to fill you completely. This peace is a gift that comes from releasing the past and trusting God to heal every part of your heart. Feel God's love surrounding you, wrapping you in His warmth and comfort, and letting it renew every part of your being. When you choose to forgive, you are choosing peace. Forgiveness brings freedom, not just to the person you forgive, but to you. You are setting yourself free from the chains of unforgiveness, and you are choosing to walk in the light of God's love. Rest tonight in the peace that comes from knowing that God is healing you, restoring you, and renewing your heart. Let go of every thought of anger or resentment, and allow God's love to fill the spaces within you that once held bitterness. God is offering you the freedom to let go of the past and walk forward in His peace. His forgiveness frees you. His love empowers you, and His grace enables you to forgive. As you forgive, you are becoming more like Him, reflecting his heart of mercy, grace, and compassion. Let go of the past and trust that God is working in your heart to bring you peace, healing, and transformation. Allow his forgiveness to fill you completely so that you can rest in the peace that only he can provide. Tonight, as you prepare to rest, allow yourself to be free from the constant pressure of needing to perform, achieve, or measure up to the world's standards. The constant striving for success, the pursuit of validation, and the weight of expectation can leave us feeling empty and exhausted. But tonight, God is offering you rest from all of that. He is inviting you to let go of the pressure to succeed or to prove your worth to anyone, including yourself. Your value is not tied to what you do or what you achieve. Your worth is found in the love that God has for you. In the quiet of the night, let God's truth surround you. He created you, and he loves you, not because of anything you've done, but simply because of who you are in his eyes. God's love for you is constant and unconditional. You do not have to achieve anything to earn his love or approval. It is already yours, freely given, and it will never change. Rest tonight, knowing that you are enough just as you are, not because of your accomplishments, but because of God's love for you. You are deeply valued, cherished, and loved by the Creator of the universe. The pressures of success and performance can make us feel like we are constantly falling short, like we are never enough. But God is telling you tonight that you are more than enough in his eyes. You do not have to prove yourself to anyone. Your value is not measured by your productivity or by how well you perform. Your value is secured in God's love, and that is all that truly matters. You can rest in this truth tonight, knowing that you are loved and cherished by God just as you are. In moments of struggle, we often look to external achievements to define our worth. But God wants you to know that your worth is not dependent on your success, the opinions of others, or the things you accomplish. It is based on his love alone. He created you with purpose, with intention, and you are precious in his sight. Tonight, let go of the need to strive for success or perform for acceptance. Allow yourself to rest in the knowledge that you are loved unconditionally by God. You do not need to carry the weight of comparison. The world may tell you that your worth is based on what you have achieved, how much you have accomplished, or how you compare to others. But God tells you that your value is rooted in his love. The world's standards are fleeting and ever-changing, but God's love for you is constant, eternal, and unshakable. Let go of the pressure to measure up to those standards and rest in the certainty that you are already valuable in God's eyes. It can be easy to fall into the trap of believing that our worth is defined by our success. Society often measures success by outward accomplishments, money, fame, productivity. But God's measure of success is different. Success in God's eyes is about loving him, loving others, and walking in faith. It is about trusting in his love for us regardless of our outward achievements. When you rest tonight, let go of the burden of needing to perform for acceptance and allow God's love to fill you completely. God is calling you to rest from the weight of comparison, from the burden of perfection, and from the pressure to always succeed. You are already enough, just as you are. You do not need to strive for anything else. You do not need to earn God's love. He has already given it to you freely and abundantly. Allow his love to fill your heart tonight, bringing you the peace that comes from knowing that your value is secure in him. It's important to remember that we don't have to achieve perfection or meet unrealistic standards to be loved. God loves you exactly as you are, imperfections and all. His love is not conditional on what you do or don't do. It is freely given, and it is more than enough. Tonight, as you rest, let go of the guilt and expectations that have been placed on you by yourself or others. Release the pressure to succeed or to be perfect, and instead, embrace the peace that comes from knowing that God's love is enough. The need to perform or succeed can often lead to feelings of guilt and unworthiness when we feel like we have fallen short. But tonight, let go of that guilt. God is not measuring you by the standards of the world, but by the love he has for you. He does not expect you to be perfect. He simply desires that you walk in his love, trusting in his grace, and accepting the peace that he offers. In the quiet of the night, let go of all the expectations that weigh you down. Release the pressure to meet the standards of others or to perform in ways that make you feel valued. You are already valued, already loved, and already enough in God's eyes. Let His love and grace fill you completely tonight, and allow yourself to rest fully, knowing that you are secure in His love. There is no need to strive, no need to perform, no need to prove anything. You are enough, and you can rest in the certainty of that truth. God's love for you is unchanging. It is not based on what you do, but on who you are. You are His child, and nothing you accomplish or fail to accomplish can change that. His love is constant, and it will never fade or change. Tonight, rest in the knowledge that your value is not tied to your performance or your success. It is rooted in God's love for you, and that is more than enough. When you sleep tonight, allow yourself to be free from the burden of achievement. Let go of the need to measure up to anyone else's standards or to constantly strive for success. You are already loved, accepted, and valued in God's eyes, and nothing will ever change that. Rest in this beautiful truth tonight, and allow God's peace to fill your heart, knowing that you are enough just as you are. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You are already precious in His sight. As you conclude this time of rest, know that the peace you have been seeking is already yours, rooted deeply in the love God has for you. You no longer need to strive or seek validation through accomplishments or perfection. God's love for you is unconditional, unwavering, and constant. It is not based on what you do, but on who you are in His eyes. Tonight, let go of any lingering feelings of guilt, pressure, or inadequacy. You are enough just as you are. God's love has made you whole, and you are deeply cherished. Rest in the knowledge that your worth is not tied to your performance, success, or how the world perceives you. Your value is secure in God's love, and that love never changes. He is not waiting for you to meet a certain standard or achieve something to be worthy of His love. You are already worthy because He created you, and He calls you His own. Tonight, rest in that truth, knowing that God is with you, and that He delights in you just as you are. Sleep peacefully, knowing that you do not have to prove anything to anyone. You are loved for who you are, and nothing can take away that love. As you rest, let God's love cover you, bring you comfort, and fill you with peace. Let go of the pressure to perform, and embrace the freedom that comes from knowing you are enough. God's love has set you free, and in that freedom you can rest fully and completely. Remember that God's love for you is not a result of your efforts, but a gift freely given. Allow yourself to bask in that love, knowing that it is more than sufficient. You do not have to earn His love or prove your worth. You are already His child, and that identity is more than enough. As you sleep, let God's peace and grace wash over you, filling your heart with assurance that you are deeply loved, accepted, and valued. In every moment, remember that your worth is found in God alone. As you wake tomorrow, let this truth guide you. You do not need to strive for success or seek approval because you are already enough in God's eyes. Your value is immeasurable, and it is rooted in the everlasting love of the Creator. Rest tonight knowing that you are safe, loved, and at peace in His care.